Well, hello. Good morning. It's the 26th of April. Let's start some protest. No work, no coffee. Yeah. Did you hear those four freaking um, CMEs exploding simultaneously on the sun the other day? Yeah, but we can't start things off unless we got this going on. Where's my freaking video at? Oh my god. Let's go. There she is. Good morning.
Okay. Good morning.
I figured I'd stall and do all that stuff while you're busy doing that other part.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Al Bundy, good morning. Lady D, good morning.
Let's
John,
see who else. John
John Camper.
Camper.
Yep.
Silverpaw stopped in. I don't know if he's still here. Donalotti. Good morning, guys.
And of course, we got our lurkers too.
And the lurkers. Yep.
And thank you. Without the lurkers, this stream wouldn't be funded. And of course, I haven't done it in a while, so I'm a little rusty. But thanks to the lurkers that are paying for not only the wall, but for all the sponsorship of all the people that don't subscribe to me. They're brought to you by the letter F, the letter U, and the number 2. Have a happy weekend, lurkers. Hey, Sandy
Hey,
Vargas.
Sandy.
Look at that.
Thanks.
What? Thanks for what?
I said Jinx. We both said hi to Sandy at the same time.
Oh, you owe me a Coke, too. No.
That's an old one. Dang.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I use the Coke. I'll pour some on my battery terminals to clean them, and then I'll put the rest in the toilet to clean the toilet. So I'm good.
There you go.
I'm actually not going to drink the Coke. So,
Cleaning product.
Yep. So, how'd you sleep?
And 2 hours awake. Go back to bed for an hour awake. Yeah, I didn't. That's just it. Broken sleep last night. Yep. That's why I was awake. Pee.
How you doing, B?
And Kevin Hawthorne from Lakeland, Florida. Welcome in.
Uh oh. Are you on the upstairs or the downstairs unit? I take you're in an apartment, correct, Lady D? Or you have a house? I can't remember. How you doing, Kevin? Right. Okay. Let's
I
get to
wonder
some.
if they. I wonder if they ever tried using a snake.
Yep. Also depends on what sink it is.
Yeah.
No. But let's get down to some stories. Let's go to history first. Okay, way back when we had a president. His name was George H.W. Bush. And everybody knows that he was in, I believe it was World War II. I mean, he was pretty old. So he was in the Spider Squadron, and they all went down. Yeah, all nine of them. Well, George, having the luck on his side, he was able to inflate a raft and float around in the ocean while his eight compadres got captured by Japanese civilians. Not many people know because they held this back on the reports for a long time, and I don't know when they released it back into the military and government archives. But those eight other pilots, they became barbecue for the Japanese civilians. Yeah, they got eaten. So the only survivor out of his nine crew fighters was the future president of the United States. So you might not have liked him as president, but he sure did have luck on his side when it came to being invited to a
Yeah.
barbecue or not. So
Right.
yeah, I thought that was an interesting fact because I knew he was floating in the raft, but I didn't know about what happened to the other eight freaking ones. I thought they got put in a POW camp or something, but nope,
It, but see, what I don't understand, why would they eat them?
because they didn't have food. Everything was going to the Japanese army, and the people were starving.
Okay.
Yeah. Sort of like how China's going to be if they ever restrict their stuff because their people are already starving now. And like North Korea's doing too. Their people are starving. So, Russia, yeah. They're sort of starving because Putin went out on their Russian TV and apologized to the Russian public that everything is more expensive and it's harder to afford now because of inflation. But reading some of the news is, yeah, Putin really doesn't want this war to end because that's the only way they're making money right now. Really, is if they don't win
But
it
at least
and then they
I
don't
got.
lose it.
I'm going to give him credit. At least he's saying that it's all this is happening because of inflation, and not like Cato, who says there is no inflation.
What inflation? We don't have inflation. We got a dependent that won't stop freaking begging for freaking all our tax money. That's what caused our inflation.
Yeah, why they're partying over there?
Yep,
I watched some videos of
yep,
from over in the Ukraine there, and yeah,
yep,
shit. I wish I was living the way some of them are.
yep.
It's like what? I'm
Think
not
about it.
saying all of it, but there is. Yeah,
So, ladies, let's follow the example that they're giving us. When we actually officially in a war, y'all go shopping, buy shoes.
right.
Isn't that what their president's wife did? Turn around
Uh
and
huh.
how many freaking thousands of dollars she spent on clothes, shoes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. So yeah, so let's throw that one out the window now. Covered the Russian and the president. Oh, let's talk about the other president, the one that's not my president. Yeah,
Oh, the
between
potato?
him, yeah, the potato and the knee pads has got him with the EEOC, and you've probably seen some of the story about Biden going into this particular gas station and all that. And now that gas station has a lawsuit from the EEOC. Um, yeah, but and of course Biden and Camilla are working in cahoots with them because they want equal pay for all the women in the federal government, along with the men. Doesn't matter if they got the same job or not, and everything else. I'm sorry, they already lost it on this point, and this isn't the whole story, but I got to intervene in this part because Miss Spin Around, that doesn't know anything, the press secretary, should be paying us for us to listen to her bullshit. She shouldn't even be getting paid. I mean,
Exactly.
she's a future person that's going to be on the View. That's all it is.
The bearded clam. That's a Tin TV calls her.
Uh huh.
Yep.
So anyway, while they're pushing this, yeah, we want equal pay and all this other stuff. All of them covered the stuff underneath. The stuff you won't find about until after they pass everything, and then you find out why. You're only getting 7 cents back to your dollar after taxes for every dollar you earn. The EOC wants to do away with criminal backgrounds because they see it unjust for the African community and the Hispanic community, for all the criminals that have been in prison or are in prison, that they can't get federal jobs later on. They can't make their lives better. And they stated one in there that, the person writing the piece with the evidence and all, they even put on there, yeah, there's even one lady that couldn't get a federal job. And we'll give the example. It was a wife. She tried to kill her husband, or her husband was at an NFL game and he was a cameraman. She walked in there and tried killing him. Well, she went to jail, and then she filed to try to get a federal job, but they denied her. So they want her to get back pay and give her a federal job, and they want back pay for every other freaking felon and criminal that has a criminal history to get back pay and give them a federal job too. Now,
That's crazy.
yeah. So if you got somebody with, like, what was the example I used? Oh, embezzlement. Would you want them to be in charge of top secret documents of the country that they could turn around and sell to our, enemies?
Hell no.
You know, shit like that. That's the undercoating. That's what they're really trying to achieve. Hell, pretty soon we're gonna have criminals on everything. We already got them in the White House. We already know that. Oh,
Yeah, most of them in the White House are criminals.
no. And what was the last story I had? I don't know. Had all those windows open.
Well, you think about that one trans guy that was stealing luggage, people's luggage, and
Yep. Oh yeah. Oh, I say the best for last. Y'all gonna love this one. Thank you for reminding me about the trans thing. Now that we have trans people in the U.S. Army, they've taken it upon themselves that commanders in certain units will have to be prosecuting. We'll call them conservative because they believe man is a man, a woman is a woman. Army personnel, and it doesn't matter if it's a woman or a man that's having to do it, that refuses to call the trans member by the gender they want to be called in the
proper
military.
pronouns.
Yep. So that leads it to the squadron commander, battalion commander, whatever unit they're in, to prosecute the ones that won't accept and identify them. I have problems with this, for one, because, okay, well, you want to give trans their freaking rights. What about the rights to the conservative military people? If they're religious beliefs, no. You just got to throw them on the wayside. And plus, in the military, we don't identify most people as male or female. We go by rank. And the only time we usually go ma'am or sir is when they're really up there in rank, like they're you're getting your butt chewed out. And it's normally, first sergeant and above, stuff like that. But the rest of the time, it's just you call them by their freaking rank. So why are they making this an issue? I see a
I
problem with it. If they do a draft, you know how many of those freaking guys are going to self-identify as a woman because they won't have to do 100 push-ups on their freaking PT test. They could do 60 on their knees. It's easier to do 60 than it is 100.
yeah. Al Bundy says every 2LT is a ma'am.
Yep. So,
Haha.
yep. Yeah. Lieutenants really never got respect, not till they got up to a captain, and then we kind of knew that they at least knew how to read a map. They had to be a major before we started taking them serious, especially in survival schools. Boy, they would get lost, and we had to stop our training to go freaking find them. That was always hilarious during the survival schools we did. But yeah, yeah. So when you see this on mainstream media coming out, you heard it here first. Mm-hmm. Al Bundy figured it out.
Yep.
But so you got any interesting stories?
Not really.
Oh, come on now. All right, I'm gonna
I
force you to freaking talk.
at least I'm being honest. Not really.
Yeah, you're still on your first cup of coffee, aren't you?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep, I am.
So I'll give you half an excuse there, but
Okay. I'm
I am gonna.
protesting. No
Yeah,
coffee, no working.
no more coffee until you start working. I'm gonna make you work right now. It is currently 72 degrees, hazy, and it's supposed to get up in the 80s and possible severe thunderstorms, which will lead into tornadoes throughout the midsection this weekend. So if you're anywhere in the affected or possible affected area, please watch over. Now we'll take it over to shift to talk about the northern side of this freaking thing that we're going to go through
Well,
this
right
weekend.
now it's 40 degrees, breezy, and raining.
Well,
Yep,
freezing and raining.
breezy. Yeah,
Oh,
kind of wind.
oh,
Yeah,
breezy. Oh,
breezy and raining. Yep.
oh.
It's a light rain. It's not like pouring or anything, but yep.
Okay, so now I'm waiting for Lady D to give us the report on the northeast section because she's east of you. She should have clogged sinks and no coke. I know that much.
Ooh, not good.
No. So currently, Lady D has no worries. She's got pans that had coconut oil backing up her dishwasher. I did ask for a weather report, and she's given us the traffic report in her kitchen. Bum, bum, bum.
I think she was just answering Al Bundy.
Oh, no, she was. I'm just giving her a hard time. Look at
Look at that in Canada. By the Marshmallow Man, it's 43 and sunny there.
well, he sent the rain to you. Okay, Lady G says it's nice out here. 50 with 54% humidity. A hoodie and you are good. Tons of clear skies. What?
Good morning,
What?
Mike B.
I didn't want to hear that 54% humidity. Ours is like 80 something right now. I'm climbing. Hey, Mike B, just a time to warm up and then let us know what you're having for dinner because I don't think you had leftovers last night. You couldn't have had leftovers after that good meal that you're making. The same thing here, Al. I have a dishwasher and I refuse to use it. I use it as a drying station when I got so many dishes, but that's all I use it for.
Ooh, numb apple turnovers. Mmm.
Oh, you better read up on green tea. Starting to find out green tea may not be as healthy for you as you thought. She's like, oh no. Did you hear about the ham recall?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, yesterday they came out like late afternoon, early evening. Ham recall in 8 states. I'm going to see if it's still on the stream. If not, then I'll have to go to the FDA, USDA website to find where the recall is. So I don't even know what state's affected. I don't buy that sliced ham stuff, so better if you do it yourself.
Yeah. So it's a sliced ham?
Yep. No, not saying it there. So I guess I'm going to have to go to the FDA website. So when people cook their eggs in the morning while I'm stalling and try to get the FDA website up,
Yeah.
you cook your eggs. Do you scramble them or do you have them like sunny side up and all the other ways?
Uh, no swine. So mine are
Oh,
never really sunny side up. I always pop the yolk
oh, okay.
if I eat them that way. Otherwise, scrambled or, yeah.
Oh.
Yep, yep.
Only reason I'm
But,
asking is I saw a story. If you want to make your eggs a whole lot better tasting than what they are, you do
yeah.
this. And you know what they're saying to do?
What?
They're saying add a tablespoon of barbecue sauce
Oh,
to the pan and then put the eggs in there.
that's okay. I'll stick to my bacon grease.
That's how I had too. I was like, what? I use bacon grease. What the hell?
Yep.
Barbecue sauce. I never thought I'm gonna try it, but to me, I don't know. That just doesn't. That sounds like avocado to me. Okay, come on. Where's the recall?
No. You'd think it would burn to the pan, though. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what they suggest. Mm, I don't say I agree with it. I'm just saying that's what they suggest. Sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna have to Google it because I can't find it on there.
I lost all mic and sound. That was weird.
Mm-hmm. Okay, a New Jersey firm has recalled nearly 86,000 pounds of sliced ham. Concept North America Incorporated says the products produced in Germany were shipped to 8 states, including Texas, without the benefit of equivalent inspection. So, what were the states besides Texas and New Jersey?
I don't know.
I'm trying to find it here. I don't want the lot numbers. I want the state. Okay, that's. Oh, no, I don't want that. Stop. I hate that freaking advertisement. Oh, and of course, it freaking moved. Okay, it was Texas, Virginia. And it keeps doing this. It's trying to get me freaking the advertisement stuff. Now I gotta go back again. I gotta play freaking tag with it. Oh, where's it at? Okay.
So much
Washington,
fun.
Illinois, Florida, California. Jeez. I hate this freaking advertisement crap. This is come from the Houston Chronicle. Houston sucks as a city, by the way. Connecticut, Pennsylvania, and California. Those are all the freaking states affected. Ha! I don't have to watch you no more. Hey, good morning,
Longboarding
longboarding
mom,
mom.
good morning.
Ooh, you got a rainy day. You're gonna be open at breakfast in 10 minutes. Ooh, I'll take an order of biscuits and gravy, side of bacon, and yeah. What was it? The lady D was having apple something or another.
Turnovers. She had
Yeah,
two
apple
apple
turnover.
turnovers.
Yeah, I'll take two apple turnovers with a cup of coffee and orange juice, please. I think it always rains in Oregon. At least it seems like that way. Came out of Omaha. Yeah, happy South Dakota Day, by the way. Woo-hoo-hoo. My soul and I remember there's so many. I think there's like 10 things celebrating the day. I'm like, I'm not going to remember them all.
I'm gonna leave that up there for a minute so that it's in the stream so someone rewatches, they'll be able to see it there.
Yeah, you knew I have to fact check it. That was Beach Charming.
I don't fact check Be Charming. She fact checks the fact checkers sometimes.
Because I went to
Yep.
Google the recall stuff and I already saw that she went in Google. I already had the information. I'm like, damn it, she beat me.
Yep.
So is your hubby home yet, longboarding mom? I know you're talking about him coming home when you're doing your pineapple juice. But he's not going to put up getting stuff checked anymore after being in the hospital for that long. He had to be uncomfortable in there because I know I would be uncomfortable being that many days in the hospital.
Oh heck yeah.
Schiff would have PTSD. Remember in the good old days.
No, I'm just not a very good patient.
Yeah.
At least I'm honest. I'm not a good patient. Most nurses aren't.
Mm. Well, did I ever tell you that anytime I watch the movie Dawn of the Dead, the remake, the beginning scene
Yeah.
with the nurse, I think of you. You're that nurse.
Okie dokie doke.
So the good thing is you survived through the majority of the movie until y'all land on an island. It's a hint. If you land on an island, let the dog go. Don't call it. Start pedaling. Don't let the zombies get you. I really wish
Exactly.
they'd make a remake on it. Or the next part of it, should I say. Yeah, I'd be surprised that Omaha Steaks got affected. They're I've dealt with them for like 15 years and I've never had an issue, problem, or recall from them. So
Oh, the Omaha Steak Company.
yep,
Yeah.
yep. I at least order once every 6 months from them.
Yep. Longboarding mom. There are were patients like that we everybody fought over. Because
Oh,
either they
gee
made
Liz,
you laugh or they were just really good people.
yep, I must be the cranky old man that was none of the nurses come visit me after they freaking put me down. Yeah, usually if I buy any canned fruit I turn around and recan it. I don't leave it in the cans. It doesn't really last that long in the cans, plus the aluminum and all the other with the sugar and all that. I trust the jars better than I do the cans. Okay, what else is going on?
I know. Other than the riots and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Moody Blues founder member Mike Pender dies. He died yesterday.
Aw,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Aw.
Yeah. Nights in white satin, never
Yep.
reaching the end. I don't know the rest of the words because I haven't heard it in a long time. Yeah, he died on Wednesday. He was age 82.
Dang.
And they're not saying
Looks
what.
like Big Pharma is driving and lurking. Just be careful, dude.
No, he should be fine. Silver Paws ain't driving no more. He already did his driving with his rant.
Ah,
So you don't have to look for Silver Paws freaking running into you or anything. But yeah, let's see. So that was the big one from yesterday that I saw. I was kind of sad.
yeah,
Yeah. Also, not to do anything with the baby that they saved from in Gaza from the mother's
yeah.
womb. Baby passed away. Lived so long.
Aw,
Eventually passed away. Couldn't make it any longer. So, but at least they tried. They can't say we didn't try.
exactly.
Well, I won't say we. It's the others.
Yeah,
And now they're getting all the cast members for the movie 28 years later. It's really kind of ticks me off. I understand why all the delays and everything, but they're finally doing it. And by the time they finally finish it and put it out in the movies, hopefully go straight to video because I don't think we're going to have movie theaters anymore. But yeah, watch it on a streaming service 28 years later. I just want to know what happened at 28 months later because they never did that one.
I don't know.
And yesterday that first cargo ship passes through the new channel since Baltimore Bridge collapse.
Huh. I
Ooh,
didn't know that either. That's kind of interesting.
yeah. So things are going to start moving again, slowly but surely. Oh, and I guess, oh man, I can't think of it. It's an all-black university. Biden has been invited. He's been invited since September. The university invited him to do their commencement speech, the graduation, and half the students are
Huh.
pissed off that Biden's going to be there.
Yep.
Yeah,
They
I
already
mean,
said.
they're
I
already
read
saying,
something that they're not going to go.
yeah, because they all know it's a political stunt. He's just trying to get the black votes. I
Yep.
mean, yeah, I could understand if it wasn't an election year, but don't be doing that shit. He doesn't go all the other ones. The one he did go, he got booed. Hey, he went to the Navy Academy one and he tripped over the freaking power cords and stuff.
Oh, but somebody moved them.
Yeah, they moved him out of his way and he still tripped over him. So,
Oh,
but speaking of the college protest, more billionaires are pulling their money from their freaking alumni for all these freaking schools that are freaking protesting.
yep.
And it says, nope, it's not the same college as when I was there. I'm pulling my money. I ain't supporting that college no more. And they even calling for the presidents of these colleges to get freaking removed if they don't freaking quit. And yeah, remove the students. And if there are foreign students here on a visa, terminate the visa and Yeah, extradite their asses. Because
Exactly, bee caves.
it's all a ploy to freaking cause more demise in this country. Hey, bee caves. Yeah. I kind of question when they that one girl that started all the freaking hoo ha with everybody else when they said that she wasn't going to do the freaking graduation thing.
Yeah,
I mean, they could have let her still speak, but they could have freaking said, if you're going to speak because of your previous freaking stuff while going here to this school, we want to see the speech. You stick to the speech. You say anything political about anything, you do not graduate. They could put that in there,
sure they could.
and then she could do a freaking speech after she's graduated outside the school, you know, all she wants, but not a graduation. Come on now. It's not about her and her beliefs. There's freaking more than just her graduating. And I did say, I wish I had that article still. I thought I saved it and I didn't. But they had a lot of people, big names, freaking saying, yeah, get rid of these people. I mean, there was a couple on there that actually hit it on the point. It's like they're trying to say that they have a right to protest like the civil rights marches of Martin Luther King. And that's bullshit because you can't compare Martin Luther's civil rights freaking protests to what they're doing.
Right. And Martin Luther King, they didn't do any destruction. They were marches in the street.
Yep.
They didn't go into buildings and totally destroy them. They didn't. All things silver. Good morning.
Good morning. Yep.
You know,
Yeah. So there's a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it. You know? But I love the videos where the cops are taking them down, tasing them, freaking arresting them. They're like, but I go to this school. Doesn't care. You're protesting, doing what you're not supposed to do. Bye.
right?
Bye, Felicia.
This
Huh?
is still private property,
Yep.
and that's a lot of them are getting charged with trespassing and property destruction. But yeah, they're arresting them, but they're released within an hour. And believe it or not, 75% of those released went back,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't understand.
Yep. But, hey. And of course, all this stuff here is from college students and people that want to say that they're there trying to make a difference and they're not making a difference. What are they showing the middle schoolers and the elementary schoolers? And then they wonder why there's shootings in these freaking schools. They're seeing it on TV and how the adults are acting. And of course, the kids are going to act up too.
Yep.
It's not the gun owners. It's not the guns. It's the freaking idiots freaking setting the example.
Dun
And
dun dun.
we can start with the media. They shouldn't be showing any of that shit. They have a responsibility. They can still report on it without showing any pictures. Think about it. Dun,
Yeah.
dun,
It's
dun.
but some of their videos and pictures have been dissected and have been proven to be from uh, movies and all kinds of crap. They're not even real, so why are they showing them?
Exactly. It's an agenda. Let's see. What else? What else? Yeah. I just say deport them all. The billionaires are pulling their funding. I think the federal government needs any of those schools that allow that kind of freaking protest where it gets violent and it scares people that they can't go to class and stuff. Pull federal funding. No, we ain't getting no student loans, no freaking nothing. Let's see how long they
Morning.
last.
Yep.
You think Hamas is going to send them money to keep their freaking colleges running? I don't think so. And half these
Nope.
people are claiming that they're freaking Hamas. So if they're
Yeah,
Hamas and they're enemies of the state, take them down. Charge them.
I
Domestic
agree.
terrorism. Send them to Guantanamo Bay. Let them get the Gitmo from the Gizmo when you feed them after midnight.
I like that. Get the Gitmo from the Gizmo.
Yep.
Uh, yeah,
You
Mike,
know?
and that's true. I mean, all these people are doing all this horrible stuff and get let go without bail, but a farmer protecting his property gets the book thrown at him.
Mm-hmm.
So many things make zero sense. They just don't.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it from that connection with the EEOC, whatever freaking organization, and the Bidens. These people go to jail, they get convicted, and then they come back, and they got a degree. Hey, we got a visitor down there, and
Yep.
yeah, they come back. Now they're going to go get with their college degree, they're going to go get a job at this big corporation, and they can't check their criminal background to see that they're Hamas. Think about it. Yeah, it goes full circle. These are their plans.
Good morning, Miss Tin.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ten.
Yeah.
Hey,
This
I'm
is
glad I
way
see you.
early for Tin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
really surprised she's awake. Before
yeah.
this, before Shift Kicker popped in, I was watching this documentary on bats.
Oh,
Well, it's not really a documentary. It was from like NBC News, ABC News. They're talking about the bats and how people were moving. They'd build these bat houses, and then they move the adult bats away from there when they had baby bats, and the baby bats aren't surviving. So they've been trying to tell people stop moving the bats. If they have babies, they need to stay with the parents.
oh.
So, so I thought it'd be this morning when I was watching this. Like, gee, I wonder if Tin's anybody's trying
Well,
to
see,
move her
people
babies.
put bat houses up here because they eat the mosquitoes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's a good. Except those big giant ones from South America somewhere. The big giant
The fruit,
empire.
the big
Yeah,
giant fruit bats.
yeah.
That's what we get in Eastern Washington on occasion.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I
We had one that was in our fence,
Yeah.
in our wood fence, because it was
I
framed
didn't
on
see
both
you.
sides. And it scared the living shit out of my husband and I. Like it scared my husband even. He said he'd never seen anything with wingspan like that. And I saw it too. I mean, I thought he'd already, I thought, isn't this just something in Eastern Washington? But yeah, it was big. Anyhow, the reason why I can't sleep, guys, is a lot of shit's going on in the world. And you know how I am about the repeats of the 70s?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yep.
guess the repeat of the 70s is happening right now. And we're looking at I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it bad. I'm feeling a Kent State. And guess what? The anniversary of Kent State was May 1st, 1970. And what president was in? Nixon.
Yep.
What was going on then, you guys? Monetary changeovers of our financial system. We had Watergate, and what do we got? We've already had Pizzagate. We've got all these Obama Gate. What, like, everything's on a repeat.
Mm-hmm. Because they don't learn from history. They want to erase it so they can keep repeating it.
They want to keep repeating it. And my Japanese aunt used to tell us the story of Hiroshima every Christmas Eve when I was a kid, and I used to think, why are you telling us this story? And then as I got older, she told me it was so that people need to know what happened so that history doesn't repeat itself.
Well, it's going to repeat itself thanks to Putin and the big careless. I don't even. It's starts with a B. Garrus or something. Belarus president. There you go, Belarus. they joined forces and they're threatening both nukes because Belarus has got nukes thanks to Putin now.
Oh, ain't that special?
Yep.
Sometimes I'm wondering who the hell we're actually fighting. Are we fighting another country or are we fighting some entity? Because things just aren't adding up, you guys.
Well,
And why is it that we're not hearing more about what's going on from people from that side of the world? Why is it that only on YouTube we're only seeing Americans and Canadians and Australians and New Zealanders, people from England, but I ain't nobody from Russia, nobody from Ukraine, not even family people talking about Ukraine. Like, what is really going on over there?
oh, you'll find bits and pieces if you really look at it. Because I found a couple of Russians, but they're so regulated by Putin, they can't say anything against the government about the war or anything else. So they'll go to prison.
What about the Ukraine? What about people that live in America that have family in the Ukraine? Something ain't adding up here.
Yeah.
Is this really a movie? And are we fighting another country? Are we fighting entities? I swear something's here, and I think CERN brought in more of them.
Jersey Joe. Yep.
Okay, I know I'm crazy, but nothing's off the table here. Nothing is off the table.
Well,
Nobody even seems to be who they seem to be anymore.
so 10.
Yeah, sorry. Okay.
No, 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 no.
Me on my
Yeah.
morning rants because I don't
No.
do this in the evenings.
Well, I know, but you're the expert of us three up here, so I'm going to ask you. I saw a video of four CMEs exploding from the sun at the same freaking time. NASA had cut the film of it. There was three on top, one on the bottom, and they simultaneously just blew out CMEs. Did you get to see that video?
No, let me go over and look at the sun stuff because I'm gonna have to start going back to this more. Because
Yeah, if we're gonna circle back in time, I want to go back to the time where everybody's walking around going, "Hey, bud, let's party."
well, and I'd also like to go back and try to correlate the 1970s sun solar cycle then with the solar cycle that we're having now.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Well, you won't find too much then because they really didn't pay attention to it too much then. That's the whole freaking problem. Only
yeah,
very few individuals were watching the sun.
yeah, there weren't. I mean, I think this sun stuff is probably within, since maybe 99 2000s,
Yeah.
people as amateurs got more interested into it. You know what I mean? But yeah, we're right now we're riding at a C, like a mid C class baseline of energy all the time,
Yeah.
which it used to be at a C class, just but it's usually like C4, C5, and let me look in the last 7 days. We've had a lot of activity just in C classes alone. Oh my gosh, yeah, we've had a lot of energy, you guys. I don't even want to try to begin to count those because I'm on the laptop, you guys. Sorry, and it's really hard for me when I'm back in the hole. Okay.
No, that's fine. A
Um.
lot of people the last couple of weeks been complaining about internet connections, and yeah, it's the sun.
Oh
It's
yeah,
fucking
it
stuff
is the
up big
sun.
time.
We've had a lot of R1 and R2 radio blackouts. Just for today on April 26th, 27th, and 28th, expect an R1, R2 radio blackout. That means it's going to affect, communications, satellite drag, all kinds of stuff will happen. 75% chance today, 75% chance on the 27th, and we'll drop down to a 55% chance on the 28th. An R3 or greater radio blackout is about 15% across the board. Our solar storms, we've got about a 15% chance of a S1 or greater solar storm in the next 2 days, and then I'll die down. KPs look low for the next 3 days, so that's good. But
Good morning, Dagmar King.
Hey, Dagmar King.
we've got so many sunspots that are on the sun right at the moment that let me see what I can see. We're on the 26th here.
Now, while she's doing that, today in history, George Harrison died. He was only 58 years old. Just figured I'd throw that out there.
Poor guy.
Since South Carolina's got the first cicadas coming out, and George Harrison was part of the Beatles.
Jen, Gold Sniping Farmer says we're about to head into a solar minimum after one of the weakest solar max.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is one of the weakest solar maximums that we've had in a long time. And currently we have 2, 4, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 sunspots. That's a lot.
No.
And when we go into we go into solar minimum, that's where I want to compare if I could find that data. Where were we in the 70s versus now? Because also the 70s we had problems with food.
Yep.
And food was really expensive. Cereal, remember, cereal was so expensive. Our parents, like, you were really lucky if you got a box of cereal. I'll tell you something. You
Hey,
were
Joyce.
a rich kid. Because all we got were those little packages of oatmeal, the shitty ones.
Yeah, no flavor. You're like, ah.
Oh, if you got the box with the apple cinnamon, the sort of, like, you were a baller too. Yeah, you were a baller if you had that special oatmeal. But if you had Cocoa Puffs or Frosted Flakes, you were a rich kid.
Yeah. We used to get the little packages of 8 cereal boxes.
Oh,
yeah. The individual bowls that you could literally open the box and pour your milk in.
Yep.
And I also remember if you were a rich kid, if your parents had orange juice.
Say what?
Orange juice got so expensive in the 70s, and then to get people to start buying it again, they created that whole orange juice campaign with with that Anita Bryant, the Miss America.
Yep.
Okay, it was to entice people to start spending their money on orange juice again because it was so expensive. Well, what's one of the first things that are going up now? Orange juice. I'm sorry, but I'm seeing such a repeat of things. And I know I was only born in 66, but my brother's 10 years older than me. So I almost lived through his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And I see stuff. I'm seeing it more and more every day. Okay, what is this? And the orange juice was concentrated. Yeah.
Yeah, the frozen orange juice. Pull it out of the freezer, throw it in the jug, add water, and keep stirring it till it all broke up.
But you were a rich kid if you had that. I'm sorry, because we did not get orange juice. If we were lucky, we got a can of Hi-C or Hawaiian punch drink.
Punch.
Yeah.
Hawaiian punch, baby.
And if you drank a lot of it, you got the Hawaiian punch mustache.
Yep.
Yeah, because my mom would get it. And I'm like, Mom, that's weird. How come I don't get that?
Yeah, we
shove that whole glass on your face.
We used to pick on the kids that had the Kool-Aid.
And then Kool-Aid. Yep, I always had Kool-Aid.
Like, hey, let's go to my house. We got Kool-Aid. They go there and Mom be pouring the glasses, and you take a drink, and there's no sugar in the Kool-Aid. You're like, yeah, I'm sorry, Kool-Aid without sugar, no.
Oh, I drank lots of Kool-Aid as a kid. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I did see a hack because things are getting so expensive now. You know how you have those little blue things you drop in your toilet? says self cleans the toilets and turns the water deep blue.
Ooh.
Yep.
I saw a hack where they said if you can't afford those because they're getting too expensive, get a package of the cheap Kool-Aid and pour it in the back tank, and people will think that you got a cleaner. Basically, you're just flushing your toilet with a Kool-Aid. I was
Oh
rolling
my.
with that one. I'm like, yeah. I'm
No
sorry, is this
thanks.
supposed to be green?
Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's pathetic. Okay,
Yep.
so
Or we drank from the garden hoses. That
Yep.
we did
yeah,
because we didn't want to go inside. Because once you went inside, you had chores.
Yep. And you stayed in until they were done.
Yep.
And you better not have dirty going in because if you did, you're cleaning up a whole lot more stuff and getting on restrictions.
well, there's just a lot of similarities to things that are going on right now. And if you look back on, like I said, the anniversary of Kent State is
Yep.
coming up on May 1st. And I think it's the 53rd year. Don't
Yep.
quote me though, because I'm not exactly sure. Um, yeah.
I'll look it
Yeah,
up
because
for
it
you.
was 1970, so that would make it the 53rd year, right? Something like that.
4.
Oh, 54. Okay. Well, oh, good. Well, that's even better because
Yeah,
50
Sorry, the
May,
numbers.
yeah, it says May 4th, 1970.
May 4th. No, it's May 1st.
This says the 54th anniversary of Kent State University is May 4th, 1970, where a shooting of 13 student demonstrators occurred.
I thought it was May 1st or no, May days as shit. Okay, now it's the morning. Give me just a second here.
That's okay. Your
Because
your coffee hasn't kicked in.
May Day is in remembrance of um oh man. Cause see, there's like two things that are coming up, but one of them I thought it was the May 1st. Why did I think it was May 1st? Shit. This is gonna drive me nuts and we're on alive.
Oh, that's
So
fine.
I got a question. What are you talking about, Al Bundy? National Guard doesn't get bullets today.
What? What?
Here,
Didn't get bullets? What?
They probably are gonna use the rubber bullet.
Yeah. Now, May 1st and 2nd, they had peaceful protests.
Okay, it is
May
May.
3rd, they brought picket line violence when the police fired into the crowd. On May 4th, a bomb tossed at police created the firings where it killed 13 people.
Okay, so it's so May 4th. Yeah, you're okay. You're
Yeah.
right.
The protests started on the 1st and the 2nd, and they were peaceful. Then it started escalating on the 4th. That's when everything went to shit. That's probably why you're thinking May 1st, because it all started on May 1st.
Well, and then May Day, because we used to make May Day baskets, and I never did understand what May Day was about.
Yeah.
And but anyhow, the people that are behind what's going on, this is very, very organized with the students, and it was warned 4 years ago by a party for socialism and liberation. They warned 4 years ago that there were going to be more protests coming, and this was in 2020. They
Yeah.
said in 2020 that in 2024 they're going to be coming back, and they're going to be coming back stronger. And basically, they took a lot of self-entitled kids and indoctrinated them to think that, oh, this whole war deal, and they're recreating the whole Vietnam, protest, Kent State, and people are even betting on what college it might happen at. Emerson. Not you.
hmm,
Good for you, Emerson. And there's a woman on YouTube, Caitlin. She's actually a doctor, um, Carolyn Baronsko or whatever, and
Uh-huh.
she's been covering socialism, fascism, all of this stuff. She's actually got me to be able to understand some of it. But she's the one that was saying, hey, these guys are saying this 4 years ago. She tried to get it out to the conservative influencers on YouTube, right? And nobody listened. And guess what? Everything that she was stating a year ago or more, it's coming to fruition. And yeah, you've got a very organized group working with Columbia, or excuse me, with Columbia and Cambridge. And it's called
Mm.
the Party for Socialism and Liberation. Socialism. Now we all know that socialism is a slippery slope to fascism, and slippery slope to communism.
Dun dun dun.
No, I don't like slippery slopes. I just don't like it.
I don't know.
Oh no.
I think that democracy is the gateway drug to self entitlement. Let's just put it that way.
But we're not a democracy. We never were. We were a republic.
I know, but a lot of people are pushing, oh, democracy, democracy, bullshit. That's the gateway to freaking all the freaking shit to communism,
See,
and they need to freaking realize it.
we are so uneducated in America about, the difference between a republic and a democracy.
Sorry.
In a republic, everyone gets a vote, right?
Right.
But in what was the other one I just said? Sorry, God, it's
Democracy.
democracy. You all vote. Okay, so you got Trust and Shift Kicker and me, right? And Trust and Shift Kicker decide that they're gonna vote that they're gonna take my Mercedes, and I lose the vote because I'm outvoted. Okay, that's how a democracy's kind of run. You get outvoted on shit, majority rules kind of shit, but in a not good way.
Exactly.
It's a democracy. Like, people need to look this shit up. Democracy and a republic are two totally separate animals. Okay, I will digress because I only rant in the mornings because I don't do it in the evenings.
Maybe you need to start doing it in the evenings too. Just
Yep.
saying.
Dun dun dun. He got ya. Yep.
Watch 10 24/7 on 10 TV.
Oh
Or
God.
you can go to the channel that they don't mention, but I will. Go
Exactly,
to
Jerry
X.
Lee. Mob rules in a democracy.
Yeah,
Yep.
and we're all taught that these words are so wrong. I mean, I even kind of grew up thinking, I didn't quite
For the
understand it
democracy
either.
thing, democracy is the force of mob ruling. That's the way I see it. Because if the mob rules, only 3% of the country is LGBT. How do they get all their rights and all that if they're only 3% of the country? Think about it.
Well, and that would mean that only 3% of the country that's filthy freaking rich, we could take all their shit.
Yeah.
Because there's only 3% of them, and there's what, 97% of us.
Jerry Lee.
But it's
Hello.
really weird how, and I look back in my, growing up in education. Yeah, they didn't teach us that shit, and they also didn't teach us about money.
Yeah.
Yeah, they showed us how to balance a checkbook, and that's about all. But they didn't go into savings or investing, or the things that they should have been teaching us, so that when we got out of high school or college, we were able to invest into our country and also make money. I mean, that's what the stock market's about. You invest and you hope to make money.
Well, and here's their plan. The reason they didn't teach is so you can't figure out how much taxes are taken away from you.
Well, and now we've got this problem that, okay, in 2008, during the Obama recession, a lot of the kids were moving back with the parents.
Yep.
Okay.
You mean we have lots of basement dwellers?
Yep. So that was in 2008. Well, now, 2023, 24, we've got more of the parents that are moving in with their adult children
Yeah,
because
that's how.
because their fundages are not there. They haven't they haven't been able to work long enough. They haven't been able to invest. I mean, there's a lot of things, but our generation, we weren't taught shit. And so how are we to teach this next generation? Like, now that I think about it, I should have spent more time with my kids on money and, like, the grocery store thing. I should have made a bigger deal about let's stick to the list and let's add this up.
Well,
And you know we send these kids out
Sorry,
into
trust.
the world and they don't know shit half the time.
I feel like we're
Some of
playing
them don't
racquetball or
even know
something.
how to do their laundry.
Yep. Yep. I see stories where the parents have been taking care of their kids because the kids moved in with them, and now their parents are moving in with them too.
Mm-hmm.
So now you got two other generations depending on one, and that one generation wasn't taught finances like they normally do. I mean, it's up to the individual in order to be able to do it. And I mean, and I hear people, well, I can't retire, blah 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 blah. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
If you have a choice between retiring and working, it's bullshit. If you love your job, you're going to keep working. That's bullshit. You're just
Oh,
scared to freaking move to the next level to enjoy the life finally because you've been working all this time.
I don't know. There's very few people in life that can say that they actually love their job. And my dad taught me that. And to be honest with you, my husband is one of those people. He loves his job. He loves solving problems. He
Yep.
loves saving situations. He
Yep.
loves being the hero at the end of the day and going home. And he doesn't toot his horn to anybody, not even to me. I
Yep.
find out later from people at the plant, wow, we're really glad we got your husband, man, because those hackers, they were coming in. Oh, those valves,
Yep.
it's people like that. I'm proud to be married to somebody like that because he's he's a good guy and he's out there for us.
Yep.
He's watching that chemical plant and helping with those groups just to protect us because
Yep.
he does care about people. Ooh,
No.
I got a little emotional. Sorry.
No. No. And that's
Yep.
fine. I'm just going to give you a little word of wisdom. Before he decides to retire, you need to go to a craft store like Hobby Lobby and buy every single freaking jigsaw puzzle you can find. Because when he
Oh,
gets home after that first week, he's going to go batshit crazy, not being able to solve anything. But if you got those jigsaw puzzles there, it'll keep his mind busy while he's thinking about what's he going to do now that he's retired.
well, we live where everybody comes to go fishing and stuff and duck hunting too. So
Hmm.
he'll probably do fishing, but I have a feeling that he'll probably become a consultant
Yeah.
and will work for several more years after that. I mean, if he could work into his 70s, he will, because he really enjoys what he does because he's in a very niche group of people.
Yeah.
Not everybody can do
Kind
what.
of do what I did, huh? I retired and then worked 2 years in
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and
private schools.
he'll go, and that's good. So that means we've got a few more years of safety, down the West Coast with,
Yep.
chemical plants and stuff like that. That's good.
Yeah.
But jobs that it's always like my dad used to say, well, they don't call job a job. They don't. If it was fun, they'd call it fun, but it's not fun. It's a job. And it's like, yeah, okay, you're right, Dad. There's very few people that really love their job. And then what do? I marry somebody that loves their job.
Yeah.
They've been there almost 40 years.
Yeah.
Loves his job.
Oh, believe me, I love the military, but I love my kids more. That's why I freaking left the military.
Oh yeah, because
Mhm.
did you have to move around and or
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
Yeah,
we've never had to move, or we've been very fortunate that way. We're able to raise our kids right in one spot.
yeah,
Yep.
It's been
Me
nice.
too.
And so maybe that's another reason why he loves his job, is because it's given him the opportunity to stay right where he was at.
yeah.
But
Well,
I'll tell you what, 9/11 was the one that changed our world,
yeah,
because we just got married, and all of a sudden it was like, I find out he's part of this homeland security stuff, and these meetings that they go to, man,
yeah,
they were like right after that happened every 6 months
yeah,
for quite a few years, and then it would go once a year, and now it's like every 3 or 4 or 5. But
yeah,
they were, yeah, he was Houston.
yeah. And it
A
got to the point. I
lot.
mean, I had the connections where I didn't have to move, but I was always gone. I was always deployed in
Oh,
order to
you
keep
were
the
always,
family in one spot. But that affects the kids when I come
yeah.
back, and that week I'm back, I'm trying to sign in, turn in my gear, and they're crying, not letting me out the door because they think I'm going to go for another 6 to 12 months again. Yeah, I knew at that point I needed to freaking get out and pass the torch, as a lot of people say.
Yep.
And just to let you know, I did not get a gold watch, by the way, when I retired.
I don't think they give it. The whole thing about retirement, we used to think, well, we watched a lot of movies. And remember in the 80s, there was always those office parties movies.
Yeah,
Now
Yep.
there's big office parties and all kinds of stuff. And Benny, but now you ain't getting nothing. You ain't
yeah,
getting nothing. You're lucky.
No.
You're lucky if you get the water in the water cooler.
yeah,
Hey, I was lucky they let me retire
yeah,
from the hospital early. That it was approved.
yeah.
Yeah, especially during that
The
particular.
vid.
Yeah.
Yep.
And don't be surprised if something starts popping up, because it's 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 kind of windy bill out there from the White House, because they might like declare a climate emergency, and then he can take over. And I heard that people might be getting in June.
I'm
Just
with you, Mark.
saying. I'm not kidding, Trent. And the thing is every time they leak something out, and and history's proved itself many a times during this administration. As soon as there's just even a fart wind of anything, okay, it comes to fruition in 6 months.
Yeah.
Yep. They called us the conspiracy theorists, and all our conspiracy theories have come true.
Yeah.
What?
Dun dun dun. Yep.
So
You,
yeah, there's a lot going on in the
you
world.
mean that serial decoder ring actually worked? That they used to say
Dang
was
it.
false when we were growing
Don't
up?
give them my secret. Uh,
But I don't know.
Crazy.
So, Mark, I know you weren't here at the very beginning, but I did cover a story about the Army and how they're pushing the Army to prosecute male and female soldiers that will not call transgender people by their choice of sex.
By their pronoun. By their
Yeah,
proper pronouns.
yeah. So expect to hear more about it on mainstream media. That's going to blow up because, yeah.
I'm tired of the pronouns. I'm so tired of pronouns. I hate pronouns.
Yep.
People demanding that I do something that they want me to do. No,
No, I agree.
yeah, not like that.
See, and that tells me we need a freaking draft to force these people to realize they don't have the rights that they have. They're either going to do it or they're going to freaking do it. And when they
I
freaking
don't
get built
think
up again, they'll
I
freaking
don't
realize.
I don't think a draft is going to help
No,
it.
sir is a title. Not a pronoun,
Yeah.
And a draft
as
is
far as I know.
it's
Yeah.
just going to stir the pot. It's just going to make things worse. Because right now we've got too many entitled, kids that have no idea what war is even about. I mean, our generation doesn't even really know. Some of us do, but not all of us.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of us didn't serve in the Gulf War, and I
Yeah.
mean,
Exactly. Don't push your mental illness on me. I agree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
well, and if they demand that we call them by whatever they're, then I demand that they call me ma'am, or I demand that they call me whatever I want then too. You want to start playing shit like that?
Yeah.
Don't sit there and shove this crap down my throat and not expect me to not say something about it. I'm sorry. Not
What?
I'm
Don't
not into that.
apologize. Don't apologize.
I'm just not into it. I'm sorry. You do you and stuff, but don't force me to to
Accept it.
yeah, or to participate in your little skit or your little play or whatever the hell you're doing because I did not join the Actors Guild. I'm not getting paid. I don't even get paid to do YouTube. I don't even have an Amazon. Oh, I hit my wish list. Send me all this shit. Come on. Ooh, did I just go on a rant?
Exactly. It's all good.
Oh, no, I feel
It's
offended.
all good.
I feel offended, and this is why right here. This is what's for dinner tonight. Mike freaking figured it out. Egg salad sandwiches with diced onions, celery, sliced olives, hot sauce, cheese, lettuce, and tomato.
I know, numb, right?
Yeah.
That'll be a hard pass for me. I'll let you. I'll live vicariously through your taste buds. You can tell me all about it in an email, okay, Mike? Sorry, I can't. I don't know. Like the celery, just kind of whoa, like celery. Okay, and then the hot sauce. Well, yeah, people do like hot sauce on their eggs.
Well, some people have that mouth sauce and still call it hot sauce. So, you know.
Yeah, right?
I just don't. I'm not a spicy kind of gal. Not in that
So,
kind of
so
way.
what you're saying is you use barbecue sauce to freshen up your eggs when you're frying them in the morning.
No, I like pico de gallo.
But you don't put the pico in the eggs when you're frying the eggs.
No, I just make the eggs and then I have the pico on the side with it. Yum
Uh,
yum.
uh.
I'm very
Meow, meow.
plain. I'm very Scandinavian, so
I'm gonna have to show you how to make migas so you can mix it in.
migas. What's a miga?
Migas is it's like corn tortillas. You cut them in strips and you fry them. You add the egg. You add your little pico de gallo, and of course the pico's already got onions. You don't have to add onions, and you can add anything else you want and mix it like scrambled all together, and then eat it. It's all just mixed
Oh,
together. It's really good.
oh, I don't think I've ever had that one
Yeah,
before.
but you gotta fry the cuts of corn tortilla for at least 30 seconds before you add the egg. So
And butter, yeah, be charming. That's the key. That's what Gordon
No,
Ramsay will tell you. It's the butter.
bacon grease. Bacon grease
no,
and
no, no.
fried
The new
eggs.
modern thing is you're supposed to use barbecue sauce as the freaking thing for the eggs. Come on now.
Well, the
Uh,
butter makes them fluffy.
I'm sorry, I'm not using barbecue sauce. I'm gonna try it, but I'll never
I've
admit
had
that's the
barbecue
ultimate.
sauce with scrambled eggs. It's okay, but it's not. It's
No,
oh,
what they're doing, Tin, is they're scrambling the eggs in the barbecue sauce in the
okay. That's
pan.
gross. Okay,
Yeah,
that's like eating. Okay, I'm sorry. That's like eating a Tide Pod. It
yeah,
doesn't make any
yeah. I
sense.
know, but they're saying that's the new thing that's healthy for you to eat your eggs in the morning. I'm like, no.
Well, now because Starbucks has got their little egglet bites, that everybody's all hooked on, I guess. I don't know. They're okay. I bought a box at Costco, not walking into the old Starbucks to get one. But they got this little contraption now that you stick your egg in and you pull a string, and it scrambles your egg within the egg. So when you go to boil your egg and you take the shell off, the whole it's all yellow because it's all scrambled together. It looks just like an egg bite.
Yeah.
It's really weird looking. It's like, oh, okay. Good morning,
I'm
Donna.
with Sadie Vargas, the way to make it. And hey Donna, and I'm sorry, B Cabs is like.
I'm just not mixing celery in my egg salad. But hey, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I should try it.
Yeah.
Maybe it will make sense, like the Tide Pod, but that still doesn't make sense. Make that one make sense for me with those TikTokers, please. How Tide Pods of all things. Like, you don't think you're gonna get some
It's
diarrhea?
like let's wash your mouth out with soap, right?
Yeah, and get a little diarrhea later.
Yeah, you had your Tide Pod already. Why?
I never did understand that Tide Pod thing. I mean, that's a good reason to get rid of TikTok, but just for that alone. But that didn't happen, did it? No, we have to, have our government step in, because misinformation. Wait a minute, what about the Tide Pods? Yeah, what about those Tide Pods? Still don't get it.
You see that picture there, 10?
Yeah, that's the way I feel some mornings. That's what I feel in the morning.
Today is National Hairball Awareness Day.
Oh.
Yeah. So I say the picture just for you after I made the video.
So does anybody have any natural hairball remedies?
Stop licking your hair.
Well, I can't tell my cat to do that. Like, she's hacking hairballs. She's starting to do that.
You put olive oil on their food.
Oh, no shit.
Yep.
Okay. I didn't know that.
I mean, even my sister did that with her barn cats. When and she'd put big trays of food out because there was like 14 cats. And she'd pour olive oil over the top so that they could cough their hairballs up easier.
So you put it on their hard food, correct?
Right.
Okay.
So, and here's another one for you, Tim, that fits into your criteria. Today is National Richter Scale Day, so expect the earthquakes to be moving along today.
Well, the earthquakes have been acting up. The blob is still coming back down by the Antarctica. I don't know what's going on. The sun's popping off.
Yeah. And Chef, I didn't leave you out. Today is National Pretzel Day.
Ooh.
So Chef will be making some pretzels, maybe.
Oh, pretzels.
Not today. But I am making butterscotch pound cake.
Oh, you're busy.
Oh, that's easy. Half hour. Once it's made and in the oven,
Yeah, the blob was very weird, Be Charming. We still don't know what that anomaly is down there. You know what I think it is? I think it's something coming up from under the sea. Yeah, I think it's like a Leviathan thing. Yeah. Nothing's off the table, okay? All of these stories of mythical creatures and weird shit. Like, who's to say that shit wasn't real at one point?
Well, you got to look at it, Tin. They say there's a large ocean underneath towards the center of the earth.
Yeah.
Another ocean. So why aren't all the water dinosaurs and creatures from way back when? They could be living there.
Yeah.
And they're trying to get out.
I just think that nothing's off the table at this point to be, like CERN opening that, people have been talking about this CERN thing, for since the eclipse, and there were pictures that were taken above CERN that are just now kind of leaking out, like weeks later. Okay, when was that eclipse? Okay, come on,
Yeah.
almost a month ago, and there was some weird looking stuff in the sky, you guys. And I don't know, I just feel like every day more and more something evil is dropping in around us, and I can feel it all the time, and I'm fighting it off. Like every morning you got to get up first thing and thank God, for giving you another day,
Yeah.
and then get that armor of God on, because I tell you what, people will come out of the woodwork just coming at you for no freaking reason.
Yeah.
People are changing, and also these juicy things that they got, in their what army. A lot of people are saying that they're noticing people with kind of a dual personality now.
Yeah.
So these
But
are things that I'm just bringing up that maybe people can start looking at, and if you see this shit, come back and tell us.
yeah.
We're collecting data. You know what? They're collecting data on us. Guess what? We're collecting data on the situation here so we can evaluate it, figure it out, and try to get out ahead of it. Because that's our problem. We've been so behind on everything because we're just living our lives. We got to get out ahead of this shit. We got to
Right.
be the watchers on the wall to tell people. We got to tell the youngins what's coming.
Uh-oh.
So
Okay.
Trust, do you want to answer Mike B?
What's he saying? I'm looking at an
He
article.
wants to know if there is a high noon today. Well, I
No,
know I can't make a high noon, so
no
that's why
high
I
noon
came on
today.
in the morning. So
Yep,
yep.
no high noon. I got to get ready. We're gonna have real bad storms this whole weekend, and if they start, it's gonna start in my area if the cap breaks, and they're saying if it does break, minimum softball size hail. And if you ever been in softball size shows, there's a lot of shit you got to do to be ready for it. So
Yep.
I got
And
to get up on my
even
roof to
even if
prep.
you've only been in golf ball size hail,
Yeah,
does a lot of damage. It
yeah,
damages trees, it damages property.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not too much worried about the trees. I think I've taken care of them, but I got to take care of the roof.
It damages
So
the solar farms and it breaks all the solar panels.
yeah.
Dun dun dun. Yep.
Yeah, that is big hail. So and they're not guaranteeing that the cap's going to break over us, but the cap's staying with us for the next couple of days, and they are expected tornadoes and all that north of us. But if it does, it starts here. So
Yep.
yeah,
See, we had golf ball size to just under tennis ball size.
yeah,
Are
And the
these
holes in
normal?
our roof. I mean, everybody around here got new roofs
Is
yeah.
is that
because of it.
normal?
Not that size of
Uh,
freaking hail.
Okay, so
Golf
let
ball
me
is,
ask.
but
So let me ask you: is this something that maybe you remember from being a kid? Like, is this
oh
an
yeah, I've been through some baseball and softball size ones before. Not in this exact area, but yeah, it's not to play. It's not where you put on a hard hat and go out there with a baseball bat and start hitting them away from the house and stuff. So
Because I'm just trying to figure out, like if there's a repeat here of this, of the Earth cycle too, because the Earth does a cycle, everything, and then the repeat cycle of the history.
yeah, well, if we get
right.
softball and it lasts for a period of time, I guarantee you they'll call out the National Guard because it's no joke. The last
No.
time we had the golf ball sized ones, half the city, windows, everything were
Oh
destroyed.
yeah.
And they had the guard come out. And yeah, they're helping try to clean up, get the glass and all that just so they can get the emergency vehicles through. Hospitals, oh my God. They had to move all the patients away from the windows because they're all busted. So, yeah.
Oh, see,
So,
now they didn't put out a lot. I don't see a lot of photos or things on that. So,
yeah. But national news doesn't care about our town, even though, we get a lot of unique stuff here. Like we've had a lot of earthquakes, and we don't even hear them being reported.
no, and I don't it seems like they only put the stupid stuff out in the news, but the things that I don't know.
Yeah. But
I almost,
here's
Okay.
110. Scientists have figured out that the planet Jupiter,
Mm-hmm.
when it was made, was a failed sun. It didn't, it was supposed to be a sun, but it failed and didn't generate enough to become a sun itself. That's what our
Eh,
planet Jupiter is.
I don't. I mean,
And the reason they're saying that is because they mentioned Nibiru is in the solar system and another planet. And it's making Jupiter act weird. The other planet is making Jupiter act weird right now.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Roll back that. So you're saying they're saying that?
They admitted that Nibiru is in our solar system, but there's also another planet, and that additional planet is causing Jupiter to act strangely right now.
Okay, then that would be Nemesis.
That's what I think, but they wouldn't go as far as calling it Nemesis. They said it was another planet, possibly planet number 9. I'm like, wait a minute, planet number 9 is Nibiru. Nibiru. I'm
Oh
like,
no, Nibiru is the third rock from Nemesis, and Nemesis is the sun in that wormwood. Uh, not constellation. What do you call that? Galaxy or whatever.
yeah.
And
So
the
I thought it was remarkable when they freaking mentioned about Jupiter being a failed sun. Then they automatically went into Nibiru. I'm like, so
yeah,
they're admitting there's a Nibiru then.
so they're admitting it. Yeah, but now as far as Venus being, nothing's off the table. Sometimes I kind of wondered if at some point, God kept making these planets because we were jumping from one to another because we keep burning them up or something. But I don't know.
Yeah.
But nothing's off the table because none of us know. Only God knows. But possibly. But I think Venus is a solid mass planet. I mean, it's gaseous, around it. But I don't know. I think that because that would mean that would be more of a gaseous planet if it was the sun, because the sun's gaseous.
Okay, I got to answer
Yep,
this.
yep.
Decabs, on your liability, you need to check to see if that it covers acts of God. If it doesn't cover acts of God, your homeowner and your vehicle are not going to be covered if a tree falls on it.
Well, and a lot of insurance companies have changed, and they even say, look in the fine print that they don't cover acts of war either. That just got kind of like pushed into the clauses and stuff recently, I guess.
Yep.
Yep. So,
I
guys,
was like,
what's on
oh,
your agenda for the day?
who, 10?
Who,
Yeah,
me?
what's on your
I don't
agenda?
know. I'm just, life just. It's a rainy day in Seattle, so it's just like.
It's a rainy day here, and my husband just informed me that the last time we were at the casino, because I won in the drawing, that they just notified him that he won.
Mm.
On what
Yeah,
contest?
yeah. The casino.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
either
so
or,
they're
what do you?
giving him $300 to come play, but it's
Oh,
got to be used before May 1st.
oh. Oh, you got a couple of days.
Well, he wants to go today. He's all hyped out.
Dun, dun, dun. Now you know why we can't have a high noon because the ship's going to be out gambling. She's going to be that one armed bandit.
Hey, if I can play on their money, why not?
Yeah. Hey, I'm not complaining.
You
I'm
know what
just
I'm
adding on
saying?
another excuse for not having high noon today. I'm going to be
Right.
sitting here
Like I said, if
patiently.
I can play on their money, I'm going to play on their money. Because when I won the money in the
Yep.
drawing, we came home way ahead, way ahead.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Yep. You always
if
try
we
to
can
win
make money
before
on
we.
their money, I'm going to.
Yeah. Oh, with 300? Oh, man, I'd be there all day with 300.
No, it won't be gone in an hour.
Yeah. I'll start off with nickel keno. on the machines, and I know I'll win there because I know the system on that one. They'll move to quarter slots, and that'll be a couple hours there. The highest I ever goes the dollar. So I mean, after about 9 hours, I'm burned out anyway. You can only drink
Yeah.
so much
I just
complimentary
want to.
coffee.
I just want to. If we're going to go, I want to leave early enough to be back for $1 Million Megs Friday and the social hour at 5. So, yep.
Yeah. And I agree
Because
with you, Mark. I don't believe it either, but that's what they're reporting. Go ahead, sorry.
part of part of the social hours giveaway today has one of my poker chips and one of my stickers in it.
Yeah. Well, you missed it. You were modding at the time, but the Tres Amigos for the first hour, MSZB kept on like every 5-10 minutes. You kept on showing your poker chip.
Yeah, I got an email from him. And he's like, "This is the bomb," and it's so fitting.
Yeah, he was so
They're
excited.
cute.
Kept showing it. Yep.
They're
And then
very
he finally
cute.
showed up. It's like, okay, now he's there.
Yeah, which is cool. Yeah, so that was. Yeah, he was super excited that I sent extra, because he heard I had him.
Yeah.
So he emailed me and asked me if I would mind sending him a sticker and a poker chip, and I'm like, sure, no problem. Well, I sent him two,
Yep.
one for social hour, so he
Yep.
can use that in his giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get an email from Jenny Sweetheart, his other half, going, I need one. I feel left out, so I had to send her one.
Oh,
Yeah.
And
Right.
I did it in a way so that MLZB knows it's hers. I went in care of for Jenny Sweetheart, in care of
Yeah.
oh,
on the envelope. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she should be getting hers today,
Yeah.
Saturday at the latest, anyway. Yep.
But yeah. So all I gotta
Yep.
say is everybody, please, especially Central U.S., all the way to the East Coast, please watch out for the weather this weekend. The only reason I
Yep.
say
Batten down your
neutral,
hatches.
watch which way it goes because if you're the East Coast, it could start out in Texas and go to Kansas and then go straight towards Georgia. We never know.
Yep.
Shit keeps changing, so um, please be careful, be informed, so you're ready for it. And if you hear that somebody got baseball size hell, you know I'm busy. Bob
Yep.
Graham. Why does Bob Graham sound familiar?
I don't know.
B. Charmers mentioned Bob Graham. I'm trying to
and
look.
if we don't stream on Sunday, you guys on Tin TV, we will be there on Tuesday. I'm in Seattle, so
Yeah.
um, things always get kind of screwed up. And thanks for sticking around and waiting for us because our schedule's been really messed up. And but we're gonna get back there, eventually.
Come on and vote for Pedro. You're coming at the tail end.
Oh, vote for Pedro. Oh, I could
Yep.
go. I
I don't know who Bob Graham is. I'm not seeing anything on the immediate notification.
Governor of, it says Governor of Florida.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yep.
I could go back to
Well,
school.
but on that note, I'm
Yeah,
going to say stay blessed, not stressed, guys. Smile at somebody. You never know how to change their day. And check on your neighbors because one day you may be that neighbor that needs to be checked on.
By then, Biden will be your neighbor and he'll be checking on you every night.
let's get out of here.
Thanks, B.
All right. Remember, tell your loved ones you love them, even if you're mad at them, because you know what's going to happen in 5 minutes to 24 hours. Wear a hard hat if you go out and it's raining because you never know what's going to be falling from the skies. We love you. Thanks for coming out. We will see you next week. Sorry, no high noon today. Things going on. Things to prepare for, such as life. Unless you want to start donating a lot of money to me now, so I'll just have the cash to pay a contractor to fix my roof if shit happens. Love y'all. See you in the streams. Check out Shift Kickers community page to find out where we're at. Ciao.
Yep.
Somebody
Bye.
lock the door when they last one out. Lock the door.
Yeah, and make sure you drink all your olive oil. We don't want any hairballs in the back room, too.
Yeah, I'm gonna.